Hello everyone, I'm going to look at some more Xenoblade music, and today we're going to look at the Tomorrow with You, which I had a few suggestions for. It sounded like it might be something different from some of the more energetic tracks. I'm repping my JRPGs with my custom Tales of Symphonia Japanese tank top, coming in with JRPGs up front, and yeah, I'm excited to hear this. Xenoblade's always good. Continuing my journey, one of the many to go, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this, whatever it is. It's called The Tomorrow with You. It is apparently a Mitsuda joint. Mitsuda composing and arranging, and maybe one other arranger taking part as well, but it's primarily a Yasunori Mitsuda piece, and that's very exciting. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. Don't know what to expect, but it might be emotional. I don't know, based on the title. Okay, we get piano. I just want to say real quick, this. It's the Celeste. Again, it takes me 5 seconds to find something to talk about, but so just that. This is one of those times where I'm going to insert music. There's music from Celeste by Lena Raine that has this as well, distinctively. I'm going to switch to this little cam. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of a little bit of piano from Celeste, but I'm sure it's going to change, so we'll keep going. Yeah, just really simple and beautiful. Sounds great. Tasteful little arpeggios, only sometimes. The strings swell. Listen, that supporting harmonic work. Wow. Yes, that sounds so much better now with the strings. Ooh, okay. Damn, so exciting now. Interesting choices with the melody. Oh shit, here we go. Alright, we get the band coming in. It's kind of power ballad feel a little bit. Yeah, it keeps changing feeling. It's, so simple and pretty to start, calming. Brings in the strings, make it really emotional and sentimental, and supports the harmonic work going on much better, and makes the sort of chord progressions much more beautiful and rich. And then it raises the intensity and adds more strings and adds more tempo and more higher dynamics. And then we get these other things coming in. Finally we get the percussion, the drum set, and now totally different feel. With the bass guitar as well. The strings are playing the role of like a voice here. Okay, now we get some horns coming in to add to the texture. I think it's cool. Like they're almost like kind of subtle. They're not super upfront, which the brass oftentimes is very dominant. Like in a live symphony, it's really dominant, especially. But in recording it, you can kind of mix it how you want. And here, I mean, because it's so dominant in real life, it tends to be dominant in mixes as well. But it's more subtle here, and I kind of like it. Like, hard to notice almost, but once you notice, it adds a nice sound with the brass. Its own little melodies. Yeah, the horns are really like going with their own melody. It's not super easy to hear or prominent, but they're kind of going off, sort of like when like a bass line is really interesting, but like people might miss it. Like this brass work is kind of the most interesting part right now. Quite a lot going on with it. I backed up like 10 and gonna listen to it again. Yeah, lots of great bass work with this kind of drum and bass that's really driving the whole thing. It's symphonic kind of, but it's really on top of, for the latter half of this piece, on top of this contemporary band drum and bass structure, which is like really to the forefront. The bass is getting fairly busy with a great bass line. Again, the horns are kind of doing the most interesting stuff, but they're not in the forefront. The whole string section is really the forefront, the main melody, basically taking the place of what a singer would be singing in a band with these instruments, in this kind of ballad sort of feel. And yeah, the drum and bass keep driving it, and the horns are in there. They're probably my favorite part of what's going on, but that and the bass line. I think the horns and the bass line I like the most. Yes. And this dissonance build up. Horns get the forefront. Oh, and a great chord. Damn. Like the ending's definitely my favorite part here. Excellent chord choices. Like really wrote a great ending to this. That chord's fantastic. And so is that one. kind of a trill going on something like a woodwind. Yeah, I think like a flute doing a trill throughout that very subtly, and then, you know, rising up in those scale notes at the end for the fun, add a little energy to the ending. So didn't even notice like a flute through most of it, and just comes in and does something really cool at the end. It could be a different woodwind, but yeah, what a great ending to this piece. Yeah. Well, this time I'm not going to ramble on a ton. I'm just going to say thanks for watching. Yeah, it was interesting seeing that piece go through some very different sections, and how like intense and like gorgeous the chords were at the end, and the very full orchestration. The brass kind of finally gets to take the forefront right at the last 20 seconds of the piece, in the coda, I would call it, the tail of the piece. But yeah, it like, as most pieces do, gradually adds the instrumentation until it, you know, has this drum and bass band, modern band structure, and kind of keeps it going that way. And yeah, fits into that framework. You know, have the brass doing some kind of cool stuff, but very subdued in the mix, which is different than normal, but kind of cool. And finishes up with a great sequence of chords building that tension. And I just love the orchestration there. Yeah, very cool. And this is not going to be a super long video, because it's really all I got to say. No super long tangents this time. We'll see. Maybe people will like some shorter videos. I mean, certainly if I want to get through the soundtracks, I gotta maybe I can't do an hour for every piece if I want to get through all the great stuff in Xenoblade. But yeah, it's cool. It's a very chill track, and I look forward to more. Please keep giving me the Xenoblade suggestions. I have lots ready to go, but more definitely help, because it helps like figure out which to prioritize too, depending on what like gets the most votes. Anyways, yeah, thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next reaction. Ciao.